We all have done things that we regret. Things that if we went to the past, we would change. We aren't proud of everything that we have done, but we have to keep in mind what we did in the past and what decisions that we made is what define who we are now. Without us making those decisions, good or bad, without us going on this path, we wouldn't be who we are now. It's what made us, it's what defined us. We have just to accept it and move on. No matter how bad we think it is, no matter how much we regret that thing, we have to look at it and move on. Because at the end of the day, we can't go back to the past and we surely can't change it. So why worry about something that could never be changed? Vegeta is one of those, one that did wrongs in his days. Through time, he changed and became the guy that we know him now. But his past hasn't been erased. It caught up to him. And now he's facing someone from his past who's seeking revenge. And that someone is Rigor, his brother. He's not alone in this fight. He has one of his friends, one who would never leave his side, called Goku. They fought Rigor together, even though they lost some of their friends. They fused and are now fighting him. They were winning against him at first, but he somehow overpowered them. And we got to know that Rigor, the more he fights his Super Saiyan 5 form, he gets more power and gets stronger. And we left the last chapter with him telling Vegeta that the more he fights, the more he gets stronger. And there's no way they will beat him in this fight. How will the Saiyans defeat this threat? How will this end for our heroes? This is the end part of the story of Dragon Ball New Age. As now we continue our story right where we left off last time. Vegeta has less than 5 minutes left and Rigor has gotten stronger. He smiles and says that he waited for this. He will not waste such an opportunity. He may never get a chance to fight with all his power ever again. So Vegeta earned this. As Rigor starts powering up an attack, he releases a lot of energy and says, "Can you hear me inside that fused body, Vegeta? The time for justice has arrived. For the murder of my mother, it is only just that you die by her favorite technique. Although I have never fired it at this level of power, I could erase this planet, this solar system. Hell, if I don't control it properly, I could vaporize the whole galaxy right along with you." So what he's saying is, he doesn't care about his life, about anyone's life, unless all he wants is to get his justice on Vegeta. He wants to take him out for his mother, so he doesn't care for the consequences of that. Vegeta is worried. He wants him to wait. He can't fire this attack here. The earth can't withstand it. But he's talking to Rigor, the evil guy here. He just says, "Just watch me." And what did he expect? He doesn't care. He wants his revenge. As he powers up more and puts more energy to the attack, Vegeta is not gonna let him. Even if it takes all he has, he will stop him. Thus, Vegeta powers up also, releasing, as Rigor says, all of his hidden strength. Thus, Vegeta readies the Big Bang Kamehameha and starts putting all of his power, all of his ki and energy in it, preparing for the final showdown. Rigor didn't want a dull ending. It would have been unsatisfying. This is the fight I wanted. He's smiling as he says it, but Vegeta is tense as Rigor and Vegeta fire their techniques at each other, both releasing all of their energy, and the power is immense as the energy attacks are going straight towards each other. They hit. A beam of light appears from the explosion between the two attacks. They clashed. It's like two domes of energy going at each other, both trying to overwhelm the other. They're putting all of their power in their attacks. It's a struggle even for Rigor. Vegeta screams and says, "No, this isn't enough. I need more. All the power I have. All of it." Then he gives it another push and says, "All of it." He pushes all of his energy one more time towards Rigor, but he isn't phased. "Is that all you've got?" As he puts even more energy towards Vegeta, his energy starts overwhelming Vegeta's energy by 4. "You've impressed me tremendously, holding out against me like this. But the question remains, will I overpower your attack and kill you? Or will your fusion run out and I kill you anyway?" Either way, Vegeta dies and justice will be done. All of this just for Vegeta. He doesn't care about Earth, about the galaxy that he said he could destroy. He only cares about taking out Vegeta, the one who took his mother from him. This is why his past caught up to him. The one thing is, Vegeta's not alone in this fight. He would never be alone. He has Goku by his side, who won't let him go out easily. Vegeta is struggling. His power is fading bit by bit. The energy that's releasing from that wall is unbelievable. Everyone is feeling it, even ones that are far, far away from them, like Rigor's wife. Vegeta is just about to be defeated. His energy is not a match for Rigor's. No matter how much power he puts in it, he just keeps pushing back. This is not good. He's losing too much ground and he has tapped himself out. He doesn't think that he has anything left. He can't stop Rigor. Rigor is putting more and more energy. He has noticed that Vegeta has almost drained all of his ki. He has nothing left to give. Very well then, he shall put an end to this. Prepare yourself for, but he doesn't finish that sentence. Something in him snaps. We see it on his face. Something wrong has happened. He doesn't know what's happening. His body feels like, then something cracks and he starts hurting more. He feels like all his muscles are popping out. Not now, anytime but now. I can't fold here. I'm this close and he's bleeding more and more and his body can't take it. Something has happened to him. Vegeta notices this. He stopped pushing all of the sudden and his power just tanked. So Vegeta pushes all of his energy with one last push and it hits Rigor. We see the regret on his face as the attack hits him directly, and his last words are Vegeta. This is all he's thinking about as he disappears. Thus, as the attack clears, we see the impact of it and the fusion wears off. Thus, Goku and Vegeta defuse. Vegeta tells Goku, I never want to do that again. They're both exhausted. The fusion used almost all of their energy. And on the Supreme Kai planet, Supreme Kai asks Elder Kai what has happened to Rigor. He tells him, I suppose you could look at it like filling a balloon beyond its capacity. Eventually, the balloon will burst when it can no longer handle the pressure. His body just folded under the strain of his rising ki. In his effort to overwhelm Vegeta with brute power, he wound up overwhelming himself. That's what happened to him. Every time his power rose, his body tried to hold the power inside it, but the more and more and more it held power, it just burst all of a sudden. That's why his power tanked. That's why he felt like his body has popped. And this is why Goku and Vegeta won this fight. And in the wasteland, Vegeta is sitting there looking at the ground. We see on his face that something is on his mind. He's worried. Even Goku notices this and tells him, you are right, Vegeta. Vegeta replies with, he came here because of me, Kakarot. The people that died today died because he came to this planet for me. What if he's not the only one? How many other horrors will my past invite on this world? He's right. Rigor came for him. Oop died. Goten died. All because this guy came for Vegeta. But one thing that he doesn't know, this is all in his past and he can't change that. All he can do is hope for the best and let his friends be by his side and help him. Goku with a smile even tells him, you've sure changed a lot, you know that. Don't worry about it, Vegeta. As long as we're here and we have the Dragon Balls, the world will be okay. He's right, as long as they're here, as long as Goku and Vegeta are together on this planet, no one can do harm to it. No one can defeat them as long as they have each other. Goku knows about Vegeta's past. He knows that someday someone may come here for him and might come here in an attempt to destroy this planet. But he doesn't care as long as they're together, as long as Goku and Vegeta are here. They will protect this planet no matter what. This is why he smiles, because he knows that no matter what happens, they will stop all of their foes. This is his promise to him, and this is his promise to Earth and everyone. No matter what happens, they will stop the evil. Vegeta is still worried, but he gets it. He can't erase his past and he knows it. Thus, after that, they are going to head back, but they can't fly, so they're gonna walk all the way back to their homes. But it's Rigor. He's still alive, bleeding. And just where do you think you're going? He's still alive. He's badly hurt. All of his body is bleeding. I don't know how will he fight them this way. What's wrong? You two look as though you've seen a ghost. They're in shock. Is he immortal? What? And how is he alive? He says, never before has anyone taxed my power. So actually hurt me. I just wasn't good enough. Now I will have my vengeance. I will have my... Then he falls down. And both Goku and Vegeta are relieved. They fall also. The will to get his revenge is what is driving him, is what made him not die and made him walk all this way. This is all that he wants, and I'm sure that if they just sat down and talked, they will figure things out. His wife comes and she's standing before Goku and Vegeta. She has never seen someone that stood against Rigor like that, and them drawing breath after fighting him is no small miracle, and she never before in her life saw someone defeat him. She should exterminate both of them on his behalf and honor right now, but to deny him his vengeance would not be fair as a Saiyan. She still respects the code of the warrior, thus she will not forfeit their lives. But Rigor is not finished with you, Vegeta. With that, she calls the Saiyan pods towards them as they arrive. She carries Rigor and puts him in his pod. Then she looks back at Goku and Vegeta. Before she leaves, she says, one day, Vegeta, one day your luck will run dry. You can't escape justice forever. Thus, she leaves the planet with Rigor. He can't escape his past. He can't escape Rigor and no one else. This is why he's not gonna escape. This is why he's staying put with Goku, because no matter who comes back, they will face him. That's Goku's promise to him. No matter what happens, Vegeta will not face it alone. And with but a glimmer, one of the most powerful foes ever faced departed Earth, and our wounded heroes have lost much, now have earned a brief respite. They're sitting talking, they're glad that that's over. They need to get back to the others. Then once they get the Dragon Balls, they can fix this mess. With that, the story of Rigor comes to its end, with Goku's promise to Vegeta and them beating one of the strongest Saiyans that they have ever faced. Thus we end the story of Dragon Ball New Age. Goku's promise to Vegeta, a promise that no matter what Vegeta faces from his past, he will never face it alone. No matter who comes for him, no matter if he feels alone or not, he will not be alone. Goku will be there by his side, helping him through it all. This is what friends are for. This is what Goku has promised Vegeta. A promise between Saiyan, a promise between friends. This was the end of the story of Vegeta's brother, and the story of how Goku and Vegeta faced this foe together and has beaten him. The story of the bond between Goku and Vegeta. Thank you for watching, and saying that, I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.